Assignment. We're going to be learning something extra called the parabolic curve. Now on Canvas I borrowed some YouTube videos about how to create a parabolic curve, and I did an exercise in class showing a very simple way of explaining it. And we're going to be using that to create these specialized curves, okay, that are constantly changing for the sides of the bell. So let's get to this because it takes a little bit of time. The first thing we're going to want to do is identify and create the base of this bell. We're also going to create these sides so that we can create our parabolic curve. So the distance from the given center point down to the very base is 3 5/8 inch. To start with this, I'm going to extend that center line down. Okay. And then I'm going to measure my 3 5/8 inch. So 1, 2, 3, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. Okay, I have a piece of tape on mine, so it kind of makes it hard for you guys to see, but trust me, that's 3 5/8. Why don't I flip this around just to show? So 3 5/8. Okay. It doesn't hurt to double check. So I'm going to extend that line out. And the base of the bronze bell is 4 inches. So I'm going to put the 2 there. And I'm going to mark at 4 inches, so 0 and 4. Now at this point in time, if I want to come back with my H pencil and darken in my 4-inch line, I can. In fact, I might just do that so I don't get myself confused later on as to where my line starts and stops. And I made the mistake of sharpening my pencil a little too sharp, so my line is just really thin. So from those points, I need to come in at a 15-degree angle. A good way to do this is to just create a 75-degree angle, and whatever's left over is 15 degrees. So I'm going to measure that up from my end point, flip the whole situation over. Okay. So I have two 15-degree angles, and it's a 1/2 inch from the base is where the top of that bit of the bell is. Okay, so I have that base of the bell created. I'm going to go ahead and darken in these two exterior lines, but not this line yet. And you'll see why in just a moment. But if you darken in pieces as you go, trust me, it saves you so much time later on in the end. Plus, how you created this angle's more fresh in your mind. So you're not going to spend a lot of time flipping triangles around trying to remember, how did I make that? Ta-da. Okay, so now I'm going to create this distance, this 1 3/4. I'm going to put half of it on this side of the line and half on that side of the line. So that would be 7/8 inch to each side. And there is method to the madness, so please just bear with me. And I'm going to extend those lines up. Okay. Again, everything should be a really light construction weight line until I say darken it in. Now this parabolic curve starts at point A. It doesn't start at the very top of the bell. It doesn't start like all the way down at the bottom. So I need to measure from the center point where point A is actually located. So that's 1 1/8 inch down from the center point. and I'm going to extend that out. So now I have the location of where I'm going to be putting in my grid for my line. The more points that you have for creating a parabolic curve, the smoother that curve is going to be. So I'm going to take a measurement here, and I'm seeing that that's 2 inches and that is 1 inch. So I think I'm going to use 8 points on each side. The thing is, with parabolic curves, it doesn't have to be the same distance on one side as the other, but it has to be the same number of points. And you do want to keep them equal distance on the side. So I'm going to make a dot at each 1/8 inch mark, and it's going to be a small dot. You don't want huge dots. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and where the 1 is my 0.8. And for the 2 inches, I'm going to just make my 8 points every 1/4 inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and make my marks for both sides. It's just a little time saver to do them all at the same time. And I don't want to make, again, I don't want these really, really big, and I don't want them really, really dark, because the ones here should fade into the background. The ones along the base we can cover up with an object line, but still, the smaller they are, the easier they are to ignore once your final drawing is finished. Okay. So now we're going to take each of the points and we're going to connect the furthest away to the closest one and use construction weight lines, very, very, very lightweight lines, to create this. I don't want you erasing your parabolic curve, but I also don't want it to be the darkest feature that you have. I'm sorry, I'm getting caught on my piece of tape over here. I'm just going to remove that for the moment. And you see how that has created this nice bell curve for us? Okay, and you'll continue that on the other side.